Say, is your phone blowing up?
Yeah, it's mine. One of them.
Oh, I got to clear all my notifications. Just blowing up all of a sudden for no reason.
Always.
All right.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Overdose Vapes. It's Obese Mode number 88. That is crazy to me. That means we've done this at least 88 different times. That's fucking crazy. And that means 88 weeks. And we've taken weeks off, so it just makes me feel like I've been doing this for my entire life.
For like 2 years, right?
Yeah, a long time. We've had the live stream for for 2 years, I think. The show this month, December, this will be 4 years that we've had Overdose Vapes. Nice. December, I'll have to look exactly. I think it's December 6th. It was the day that we uploaded our first video.
Oh, cool.
For in 2014. Fucking long time ago.
That is.
You know, the crazy thing is that, so that's a long time ago, but at the time, and I do think that in a lot of ways this is true, it felt like we were about a year late to that party on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
But then I don't know. But then you have people like who's the firefighter YouTuber? What's his name? Yeah, he's only been around for a couple of years, so I don't know. It's all about getting that early subscriber base, and well, yeah, it's all about luck. Yeah, whether or not the YouTube algorithm favors you. But what's up, everybody? Mitch Green, Jeff Lawson, Naki, what's going on, brother? James Rivera, that white guy, Import Man 707. I bet you still eating some ham there, Import Man. He killed. Did you see that hog he killed?
Yeah, that was badass.
Fucking so nice. Monty Marino, what's going on? Who else we got in here? Heather Joe, what's going on? Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? So tonight we're going to talk about a few different things. We're just going to hang out and shoot the shit a little bit, but also we're going to talk about flavors that companies always get wrong. And this was kind of inspired. Wasn't kind of. It was totally inspired. Frank did a show this morning. Well, it was morning for me. It's when I woke up, about peach flavorings, right? If you don't know, go watch Frank's show. You can watch the replay. Every week they talk about different flavor, they do different flavor recipes and stuff. And they were doing peaches today. And it just reminded me that when I first started vaping, I really thought peaches and cream were going to be my shit. That was going to be my jam. And it ended up just not being good at all. I never had a good peach, and was not my flavor, was not my jam. Yeah. And so kind of just made me think, like, why is it that so many companies get that wrong and get other flavors wrong, like banana and cherry and grape and apple? There's just so many flavors that they get wrong. Orange.
I know one thing. Cherry is tough as hell. You know this by now.
Yeah.
It's either good or it's cough syrup. There's no happy medium.
And you know what though, and this is kind of like a famous story we've told a lot of times, but one of the only good cherry flavors that is commercially that I've ever known of to be released was by, who the fuck was it? This is by a YouTuber. I can't remember what his name is. Does a lot of mech mods and stuff. Doesn't really upload videos. Sells Kias now.
Oh, yeah, Big Lou.
Big Lou. So he
just said sells Kias. I'm like, that's right. Yeah, I thought he had a juice line.
He had a juice line and he had a cherry flavor, but it didn't actually have any cherry flavoring in it.
No, he bent other flavors to create a cherry flavor.
And that's kind of where we're at with cherry in this industry.
Yeah, so I see Smoke 42 vape saying peach tastes like pickles to me. Well, it's so hard for me to nail down a peach vape for myself that they taste like cat piss. I mean, I get a cat piss note out of them. It's like it's so hard for me. In my flavor stash, there's like 2 or 3 peach flavors. That's it, because it's just not something that I've been able to work with. Even if I mix somebody else's recipe that's supposed to be a good recipe, it doesn't work for me. It's so
there are some flavors that react differently to some people. Mm-hmm. Like for me, cereal vapes, and I think it's the lemon and the lime in them. Like for Fruit Loops and stuff like that, It always tastes like dish soap to me, like heavy duty dish soap, right?
Yeah. And that's the lemon. You're getting lemon. You're probably getting lemon pledge more like.
Yeah. It's some kind of soapy flavor, right? And I always just thought this is just me. I don't like it.
No, it's.
one of my viewers who actually passed away, she was a great lady. She saw one of my reviews where I was saying I get this dish soap flavor, and she's like, "Oh, so do I." And so it kind of sparked this thing where I started asking people like, "What do you get in these things?" You know, and so some people definitely get our taste buds react weird to different things.
Yeah.
And peach might be one of those things that some people are always going to get that acidic kind of vinegary cat piss ammonia flavor. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like Kenny B just asked, you know, how do I know what cat piss tastes like? You never cleaned a litter box and you get that smell in your face?
I've just literally drank cat piss. So there you go.
Well, you know, that's why you're in rehab, right?
that's it. Fermented cat piss was my drug of choice. No. Kenny B, what's going on, brother? Smoke 42, what's going on? But yeah, so I think there's just some of those flavors that are always going to react weird to the person.
There's a lot of people that are blind to strawberry.
Definitely. I think strawberry is one of those ones that is super challenging to get everybody on board with the same flavor, right? Like me and Panda, for instance, we'll taste the same flavor, and she's just like, "Oh, that's too tart." And like that's super sweet. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think strawberry is one of those ones that's some people are very susceptible to strawberry. And I think I'm probably more on the blind side of it, where I kind of don't taste as much nuance in it as other people do. But it's probably one of the reasons why I love it so much, because it mixes so well for me with other flavors. Like
strawberry, especially for a new DIYer, strawberry is the easiest flavor to work with, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And it seems like strawberry is one of the most universally loved flavors in vaping, where we're talking about flavors that don't work, right? Like peach and shit like that, cherry. Strawberry is like the opposite spectrum, where most people I know.
Yeah, except for Kenny B, because he's got issues.
Yeah. Kenny B has always got to be different.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Yeah, but peach is definitely one of those ones. And there's been a lot of, because the idea of peaches and cream sounds good on paper, there's been a lot of commercial products put out of peaches and cream. And I often wonder when I taste some of these liquids, like, do they not test this shit? Like, where's the beta testing for this? You know what I mean? Like, you're tasting this and putting it out to sell the people for money.
Yeah.
That shit fucking blows my mind, honestly.
I think the best peaches and cream that I've had is peaches and cream by the pound.
I have that.
Yeah, I thought that one was pretty good.
I'm gonna grab it real quick.
Okay.
I just got that for review.
Well, Kenny, if it's you're saying if it's not custard, you don't want it. Well, there's plenty of strawberry custards out there. Actually, that's what I mixed tonight. I did another straw nana, and it's a quick custard, freshest quick custard, the liquid born ice cream with the vanilla pudding. And because I got a couple new strawberries in and I got a new banana flavor in, so I wanted to play with it. And right off the shake, it turned out fucking good. I'm running into Solomon right now. I mean, this shit's almost popped the damn coil because I freaking had it cranked up too high because I had an RDA on there because I'm testing another flavor for a show I got to do.
All right, we're going to test Frank's preferred peach and cream by the pound.
That's it.
Let's give it a shot. I have all these pound ones. I got lemon berry, I got the cocoa one. I've been vaping the cocoa one. It's pretty good.
Because it was about a year and a half ago when I tried that peaches and cream by the pound, and I tried to emulate it. I tried to basically come up with my own version of it. And at the time, I didn't have Flavorware pound cake, and I tried doing the Flavor West yellow cake and throw this in, and it was fucking horrible.
Yellow cake, I always want to like that flavor.
Well, there's a better one out there, Flavor West yellow cake. Jungle Flavors has a yellow cake that's really fucking good.
See, like I've always wanted. I think it's Flavor West. I've always I get it and it smells amazing, but then I think it's a little too strong, like the saturation of the flavor for me at least.
And it's one of them ones too that will destroy coils.
Yeah,
I mean, flat out, and you can't even clean them; they're just fucking gone.
Yep.
A lot of Flavor West concentrates are like that because they're not made for vaping.
This is super dark too.
Oh yeah, it's been steeped a while.
Yep. Who sent us these, babe? That guy, Quint or Chase, what company is he from? I'll give him credit for sending that. The Vapor Supply. Thank you to the Vapor Supply for sending this out. Yeah, peaches and cream by the pound. Sent out a bunch of stuff. So 3 milligrams. So give it a shot. On a stack mod. I mean, this is not really fair testing it, but we'll put it through its paces.
Yeah.
A little bit like candy, a little bit.
It's a little candy-ish, yeah. I mean, it's not authentic, but it's sweet though because it's commercial. It's
I think,
sweet.
And I think that's kind of the only peaches I've had that I've liked. Now it's kind of piquing my memory a little bit. There have been peaches I liked, but they're all candy, like peach rings.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple peach rings that have been good, but it's hard to really consider that like a peach. Yeah, I don't think of it as like a peach. It's not fruit.
No, well, that's one thing I just thought of, that maybe my peach recipe I did today might have been better if I would have threw like 0.5% of flavor West sweetener in there.
This ain't bad.
It's steep though, because I got a 3-2-1 custard base in it that it takes a 5-day steep. So
yeah, man, that's why I love my flavor that I make, White Girl. But man, that steep time can really be a killer. And I'm talking to somebody right now about doing a one shot of it, but that's like the one thing that the concern is that steep time. Is this something that we have to like include a card that says don't vape this?
Well, yeah, when there's if you buy one shots from anybody, any of the flavor houses on their website, and I'll know when I finally get my chef's order in that I ordered on Black Friday. Chef's over in the UK, so it takes a couple weeks to get it. And I ordered 3 different one shots from friends that have one shots over there, and I wanted to try them. And they say on the website, 14 days, 28 days, 7 days, shake and vape. I mean,
yeah, because I think that honestly, after 2 weeks, you're good to vape it, but I think it just gets better and better and better.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely want to get it out there.
Actually, I keep forgetting. I still have a bottle of White Girl buried in the back of the closet in the steeping cabinet.
I bet it's good.
How many months ago now? Yeah,
it's been a couple months. Yeah,
it's been a few months. Yeah, and actually, I'm using the Solomon right now too because I want something else. I want another tank. I got on a tank kick today.
You know what? I should refilm my review of the Solomon because over time I've actually learned to love the Solomon quite a bit.
Decent.
I use it quite a bit, so I still, a lot of the things I said, I think still hold true. I think the materials are not great.
Oh, it's built like shit, boy.
It's definitely built like shit, but it does have good flavor.
I mean, when you go take the cap off to the fillet, see now it's jamming up again, and you could take the freaking AFC ring right off.
Yeah.
And when you crank it down, the AFC ring gets lodged.
Yep.
So you can't.
It just feels so thin and
oh yeah. I mean, it's like a Rolex watch you bought on the street.
A Folex?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so peaches, I think...
When you see the second hand when it going tick, 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 when you're a real Rolex...
It's smooth, baby.
Yeah, smooth as a baby's ass.
Smooth, yep. Any good watch. Here's a little life tip for everybody watching. Any good watch should have a very smooth second hand. It should not be tick, 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 tick. Yeah. And there's going to be exceptions to that rule, of course, but like in general, a well-made watch will have very smooth mechanics.
Yeah, Tag Heuer, the upper echelon ones that you're going to pay money on and you're going to will to somebody.
Yep. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Oh, that cunt's here. Oi, cunt. With his 2 dick koalas.
I see that. That's funny.
Did you ever hear that story? Did you watch Fresh's show that night?
No.
We learned that koalas have 2 penises.
What?
Yep.
Is that real or are you just bullshit?
No, it's tell him.
I know one thing. I have a buddy that lives in Tasmania, and he was telling me that koalas are fucking dangerous. Like,
they're not.
They drop on people and shit and fucking bite them.
That's why they're called drop bears.
Drop bears, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they fuck you up. Yeah,
they're all frustrated because how are they going to get laid when they got 2 dicks?
Okay. Oh my God. There used to be a porn star in the 80s. What the fuck was his name? Oh my God. He had 2 dicks I mean, it must have been fake. I don't know, but I remember watching it. And what was his name? It was like Jean Von Dong. I think it was Jean Von Dong. I'm gonna man.
Was that VHS porn?
I'm gonna definitely VHS porn. Yeah, maybe even Super 8. I mean, who knows, right?
Paul wants a link. You want him to pop in?
I want to fucking go ahead.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, Paul.
I'm gonna look it up. This is gonna be fucking dangerous. Jean, like the French Jean Von Dong. It'd probably be easier to look up two penis porn stars from the 80s. Images for Jean Von Dong. I don't know about that. There's a lot of fucking restaurants. Why would restaurants pop up with a Jean Von Dong? I don't even want to know. You know what? I'm just going to look it up. Let's Google 80s porn star two dicks. Because I mean, I know I'm not crazy. This is
remember that shit was before Google though.
Oh, but come on, I can't be the only one who remembers the guy with two dicks. Oh my god, this is not what I wanted. Oh god, if you guys can see my Google fucking terrible. I'm just gonna say his name was Jean Von Dong. He had two dicks. Yeah, he was fucking amazing.
He's probably not alive anymore, so it don't matter.
No.
Probably caught AIDS.
Well, I mean, he had double the opportunity to catch AIDS. So. But I remember just, man, the 80s were such a wild time to be a young man coming into his own as a sexual person. And you had shit like Jean Von Dong and the Anita Hill hearings talking about fucking pubic hairs on colas and shit. Oh my god. You can never recreate that magic time that was the 1980s.
No.
Amazing. All right, Church, what's going on, brother?
But cars in the 80s were built like shit.
Yeah, but I still have a soft spot in my heart for like Pinto.
Well, Pinto was 70s.
And 80s, right?
No, I think it was 70s.
By the 80s, they were already fucking done.
Yeah, but you had like the K cars and the like even Dodge had like the Daytona, you know, and that was it was a cool car, but it just didn't last. If it got up 80,000 miles, it was falling apart.
There was you don't see a lot of 80s cars in the world.
Unless they were sitting in a trailer somewhere, you know, when they got stolen off the port like the time they found that Camaro IROC Z.
Talk about shitty
sitting in a trailer in Jersey, you know, still had dust all over it. Still had the plastic along the steering wheel because it had a leather wrapped wheel. Still had the window sticker.
Oh, talk about shitty cars! I had a couple buddies in high schools that had fucking IROCs, and man, they fucking were the biggest pieces of shit. But they thought their dicks were so big rocking those fucking IROC Z's.
Yeah, well, we always call them Italian retard out cruising.
The Cutlass Supremes are.
No, that's
a good fucking car. I did this parade yesterday for my work, and there was a guy in a Cutlass lowrider, and he had the fucking hydraulics in it. He's popping three wheels and shit. And, oh man, it was awesome. Welcome.
Hey, fuckers.
Come to talk about two dicks?
Yeah, koalas do have two dicks, but they're always high. They're always as high as fuck, and they're scary as fuck. They got big claws, and they will fuck you up.
We're talking about a person with two dicks from the 80s. He's a porn star. I think his name was Jean Von Dong, but I'm not sure.
Sounds like fucking Larry Longprong.
Yeah, the thing is, he had two dicks, but they're about 2 inches long.
They weren't. Here's the thing. Yeah, they definitely weren't huge. But I mean, this guy was everywhere. I would say like 86 to 88. This guy was everywhere.
Cool.
86 to 88. I was in high school, so I was everywhere too.
I know somebody had to have seen this besides me. Maybe it's just, that's how I think. I don't know. Jean Von Dong. He's a porn star.
We'll talk about it later. What are you talking about?
No, there's a porn star guy. I'll talk to you about it later.
So let me say to Paul. Let me ask Paul real quick though. So how was the invasion of South Australia?
It was pretty good, actually. Quite a lot of people turned up for the rally, but
Yeah, some of the pictures and stuff I saw looked like it was pretty decent.
yeah, around somewhere between 120, 150.
Nice. You know what? Better than 10, so.
Well, but I know for a fact that no one got arrested, which is a good thing for a start.
Yeah.
Even though that should have happened. But this is only the start.
Yeah. Well, at least now,
what's happening here.
at least now they know that they're not just going to be able to walk all over people, that they want to fight back. They're going to say, no, this is wrong. What you're doing. We want to keep our right to vape. And
yeah, there's some crazy shit going on over there.
Oh,
well, that's our future though too. So I mean, it's going to be everywhere.
That's why we have to continue to advocate.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go down a different pathway in the advocating side. It's called civil disobedience now. You've got to get out. If you put together a massive march in Washington, and I mean a massive one, and brought people from all over your country, that would fuck with them.
Mm-hmm.
People would stand up and take notice of that. But the only problem with that is you'd probably end up with media bans. So you'd have to be doing what we were doing and broadcasting it live directly from there and putting it out to everyone, everywhere, on every platform possible. That is when you get true disobedience. But then the feeds would probably get hacked or, fucked around with. But do whatever you can.
Unfortunately, in the U.S., protest has lost a lot of its bite, and the people who we would need to be getting the attention of basically don't give a fuck anymore. They're like, okay, you're gonna stand around and fucking hold a sign for a couple hours, then we're just gonna keep fucking you over because we don't care. So.
Well, what we need though, there's quite a few celebrities, very well-known celebrities that vape. We need them to come out and speak out on it. You have Leo DiCaprio.
Yep.
You have what the hell is his name? He was in the black guy.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, and he just don't give a fuck. So
that would go a long way. It really
exactly. Would. That's what we need. We need someone like that just to come out. They don't have to do a big thing. We just come out and just say, hey, I smoke 2 packs a day and now I'm on this and, it worked great. And now what's hurting us now is Ray Liotta is getting paid by fucking Pfizer to do Chantix commercials.
It's the disinformation that's hurting us the most. Is that every day I'm having to go and fucking correct people who are adamantly arguing with me that this shit is bad for me.
Yeah.
We were at Applebee's having a couple of drinks and having dinner, and I had my vape up on the bar, and there was a guy across the way from me, and he's like, "Yeah, I was vaping for a while," and he's kind of going off, but it's and he's putting anything in your lungs is bad and blah blah blah. And I was like, I'm not going to disagree that that it's not as good as nothing, but hey, this is keeping me from smoking. That's good enough for me, right? And he's like, "Yeah, my dad switched to vaping," and he's like, "But I'm always telling him he needs to fucking quit vaping and shit because he's putting that water in his lungs." And it's just like, and I was just like, at that point, I was just like, man, this is going to be like a 10-hour argument with this guy who he knows in his mind, he knows that I'm wrong. And there's nothing I can say to him that's going to say you're a fucking idiot. And there's not no water.
Here's the thing, this condensation that he claims, any condensation that you are getting in, guess what it does? It goes through your lungs and turns into fucking piss.
Bro, I would have drowned by now. I've been vaping for 7 years, and so it's like, and that's what I told him. I was like, dude, I've been vaping for 7 years. It's like,
well, here, let me show you something. Today is my 2-year vaporatory, and I'm gonna show you my first setup because it came up on my memories today on Facebook. Take a look at this. You'll probably laugh. That's what I got at the vape shop for like $200, including a couple bottles of juice.
Hey, that's a nice fucking setup, though. That's a little overpowered for what you got on top, but
exactly. I never saw more than like 14 watts when I ran that because I only had the 2 battery setup, and I'd get battery life for days.
That is the same setup that the guy that owned the vape shop where I live, rest in peace, He passed away, but that was the same setup, exactly that setup he used until the day he passed away, with the fucking 300 watt mod and his 10-watt tank, man. And
that was, of course, he was, the OG Nautilus RX-23, and that was 18 milligram RY4.
Fucking
had in there.
That'll do it.
Oh yeah, and I was dual using still at that time for about another 6 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, and I would catch myself, at work. I'd go in the truck, and I'd take a few pulls, and then I'd go light up a cigarette. Next thing you know, I'm getting nicked out, and I'm like, okay, now I see what's going on.
When I first started vaping, I was vaping 12, and I would sit in my easy chair after work, and I'd be vaping, and I was using single coil, but it was Patriot RDA, and I was dripping fucking 12, and by the time 10 or 15 minutes had gone by, I was just swimming, man, just melting into that chair, like, oh my god, fuck.
I see what Church is saying. He doesn't give a shit about what celebrity opinions are. No, you may not, but the vast majority will actually, they'll take notice of what some celebrity has to say.
I wanted to just touch on that as well. Is that it's not about us; it's about the mass population. And if you don't think celebrity has an impact, and this is not anything against what Church is saying, because I agree in a lot of ways. I think a lot of people are going to say, "I don't give a fuck what he's saying, what a celebrity's saying." But if you don't think that has any impact, look at who our president is. Yeah. That's based 100% on the fact that he was on a TV show.
Yeah,
and that he had some media hype behind him during the 1980s.
Yeah, all his hotels, all his casinos. Every time we turned around, we were bailing him out because he was going into bankruptcy.
People listen to celebrity, and the people respond to celebrity. And so, even if I think like that's what a shitty thing that we have to rely on that, I think that is a good idea. That if we could get them to speak out, I do think that would have an impact on overall opinion.
Yeah.
There's one other celebrity that should very much be reached out to, and that's Eddie Van Halen. He's a huge advocate for vaping. He vapes. The gentleman on Ink Master, what's his name? He was in a band.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is his name?
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember his name now. He's another vapor. David Lee Roth. He's another one that switched to vaping. These guys, if they all came out, they've still got access to the youth market, for Christ's sakes. And you see Eddie there standing with one of his signature old school guitars, having a toot. Mm-hmm. That was a really cool shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things like that.
And it also has a big impact on our generation who grew up with him and who still look at that as being
Dave Navarro. He's
a cool motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yep. Thank you. I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
I've had a huge few days.
Yeah, you've been busy
trying to keep up with everything, organizing. Probably one of the biggest advocacy panels that I'm going to be sitting on very shortly. Which, if we can pull this off, and we're going to broadcast it on as many platforms. There's a way now that we've found to do it that we can actually split stream it and put it through about 4 different platforms. So if we can do that, that's going to get huge media coverage.
Oh, absolutely.
I think anything vaping in Australia right now is going to get some media attention because it's in the media.
Oh, cool. I just got a notification from Vaping Swag an hour ago. I just saw it. My order has been shipped.
There you go.
Well, that's pretty cool. We're actually being our media is being blocked when it comes to vaping here, and there's a lot of garbage information coming out, and all the anti-vaping zealots are now getting radio time. So I thought, you want to play the radio game, do you? We can play the same game. We'll just fuck up your phone lines and everything else. We'll just put on auto dialers to the radio stations and block all the phone calls from coming in.
There you go.
Let's play. They want to play? We can play. It's the world of technology now.
You got to do what you got to do. they are not averse to playing dirty. I mean, we've learned that the hard way here in the U.S. with some of these big organizations that are anti-vaping, like the fucking tobacco-free kids and
those fuckers are in your state. That's that's something you guys created out there.
Yeah, I know, and they're dirty as fuck, and they are not averse to hacking fucking poll results and all kinds of really shady shit. So
and now, state of California wants to do a total flavor ban.
Yeah, I know.
That will never happen for a few different reasons. No, you and I were talking about this the other day, Frank.
Yeah.
And what I showed you, and then what I let the cat out of the bag the other day on the show that I did with David G.
Yeah.
And the people that actually listened to that, they just went, oh, shit. And then Fresh also then brought it up when he had Vinyl and Vapor on.
Yeah.
And it was like, fuck. Now the cookie's crumbling, and now you're actually starting to see who the players are.
Yeah.
Why Altria originally took their flavors off the market was because they were always in this backdoor deal. The two players that were going after Juul were BAT and Altria, or PMI. And it's PMI that looks like they're winning.
Yeah.
You know, people now, unless you follow the money, you're not going to follow what the real fucking agenda is.
I've been saying that since I started vaping and I started learning about all this, all the dirty politics of it. And everyone's just telling me, just look, you're seeing these anti-vaping ads. Look and see where they're being paid. Who's paying for them. And then I started following that, and I'm looking like, oh, okay, all right, now, all right, I see who the fuckers are. I see who to go after.
It just makes sense. As soon as I started vaping, and I saw that it worked. Right? I've been trying to quit smoking since I started smoking. I mean, like, I've always, since I was 18, have been like, fuck, I don't want to smoke, but just could never break away from it. Once I saw this works, I knew right then this is doomed, because anything that works, man, you're costing. There's so many industries that are going to be affected by this, and industries that are so deeply rooted in American politics, tobacco, pharmaceuticals, the medical industry. I mean, those are our politics. And man, I tell you, it's going to be a really constant uphill fight for vaping rights forever.
Well,
until they can monetize it in a way that they feel is going to be beneficial to them.
Okay, but they're going around it in the wrong way, because from where I stand and where I sit right now, you've got the mail service, you've got the courier services that deliver, you've got the manufacturers of the concentrates, you have the people that actually work formulating the liquids, you have then, if it goes international, you've got international freight and taxes that are picked up by the country of origin.
Mm-hmm.
You also have the manufacturers of the glass bottles, plastic bottles, all your equipment that you're actually using to mix with. Hang on, I'll give you an example. Reach over here, glassware, like lab grade glassware that everything that I mix here is like, I only do my prototyping here, but everything I mix here, it's all in glassware. This, stirrers, all the electronics that I use, my computers, my phones, everything that all evolves around what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And these are the things that they're not taking into consideration. We had when we did the live stream from South Australia, we had Bogan on only for a little while because he was flying off to New Zealand for the Vape Expo there. He was saying that over the Christmas break last year, they would have sent out probably 15,000 packages just from one vape shop in South Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 15,000 packages times that by $10 or $12, anywhere up to $20 for the postage.
So $250,000 to $300,000 right there.
In a 1 week period.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And the government's making all the money on this. And there's still whinging. Oh, no. It's going to kill you. It's got this in it and this in it. Oh, go fuck yourself.
Because it's not about, it's honestly, it's not about what they're making. It's about what the lobbyists are paying individual politicians their campaigns. They don't care about the fucking budget. They're just going to keep making fucking money and diving us into this fucking debt spiral. They don't care. They don't give a fuck about what kind of tax revenue they're going to make. All they care about is that this guy from Philip Morris is my buddy, and he takes me golfing once a week, and he fucking donates $100,000 every time I'm up for re-election.
Well, that's what I alluded to the other day. I was interviewed Mike Peterson for Vape Radio, and he said to me, well, what do you think's going on? And I said, what is it? You know, they're all getting kickbacks for free holidays to Cabo and everything paid for, you know, country club memberships. You know, you walk into politics in the United States with, you know, probably $20,000 in your bank account. You walk out a fucking billionaire. How does that work? How the fuck does that work? I'm sorry, but the system is corrupt.
It's so corrupt. It's so corrupt. And not only that, these guys are so adverse to stepping on toes because when they leave politics, that's when they make their actual money. Because they're all going to go directly into fields that they're being lobbied for while they're in office. They're all going to go into the pharmaceutical industry, military, industrial industry, fucking tobacco, any of that shit. They're going to be instantly greeted at the door by 100 different companies saying, you are a Washington insider. People know you. People like you. We're just going to give you a fat salary to do exactly what we do, which is lobby. And so,
well, and to be blatantly honest, I can actually see a few people, you know, from the different advocacy groups going that way right now. There's already chatter that that's going to happen. If it does happen, you got a serious problem. Like a very serious problem. You know, the story that I was alluding to the other day was regarding Fontum, which is Imperial, and their hand in Molecule Labs in San Francisco. Yet they're in a section of San Francisco that they cannot be shut down under any way, shape, or form. And they're actually formulating at the molecular level all their own concentrates. Yep. So that bypasses the flavor ban because they're not buying in the flavors. Once you go to the molecular level, it bypasses everything.
Yeah.
And when I explained this to Frank, he was like, fuck. Yeah. I never fucking thought of it this way.
Yeah, I looked like a puppy dog. Oh, really?
And then when you know all the sub-labels underneath that company, you'd be mortified. If you put
the flavors for Joel
and numerous others.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the biggest one that's under attack here is Joel.
Yeah,
and everyone thinks that Joel's making these flavors and all that. No, they're buying the flavors from Molecule and from Pat's these other places.
Yeah.
They're actually, they have, the reason why they're under such attack is because they have 70% of the fucking market.
Exactly.
70% of all the revenue made in the United States on vaping was from one company, and that's from Juul. So.
Well, if you go a little bit deeper, it's actually 82% now. And,
I'm sure, yeah. I mean, everybody has one, you know what I mean?
No.
This one was given to me, and I have to admit, I was always curious because Juul is a phenomenon. I mean, whether or not, and it's always, I've always kind of looked at it like, I'm a little bit skeptical of Juul in general, but I've tried it. I haven't tried any of their actual flavors except for one, which was the fucking whatever, the creme brulee.
Yeah,
it was unimpressive, but I think that the technology itself is fucking genius. I mean, it is.
Yeah, for us, that creme brulee was unimpressive, but Joe Worker that's been smoking a pack and a half, 2 packs a day, tasting something that's not ass.
I mean,
he probably thinks it's fucking great.
Me and Banner were just talking about this. The flavors we started vaping. I started vaping Mount Baker Vapor, Blue Dream, which is fucking trash, man. And I thought it was delicious. You know, I started vaping a thing that had menthol in it. I didn't even know it had menthol in it because the technology I was using was so terrible for flavor. But I thought it was amazing, you know. And so people who are picking these up for the first time, they have no vaping experience, and they don't even know this from that. They don't know any of this vaping exists at all. They just see this at Walgreens. They grab it. You're right. Creme brulee to them, this is fucking genius. They're like, oh my God, creme brulee.
Well,
and most of them probably never even ate a creme brulee, so they have no idea what the fuck it's supposed to taste like anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, going down that pathway, I agree with the idea of Juul, but Juul also then needs to then create a step-down system or a titration system in their pods. Instead of just being 50 meg, they've got to have 40, 30, 20.
Well, they have a 30, but I don't think it's been released yet in the US. I heard it in the UK, though.
No, it's UK.
Yeah.
It's you guys. Apparently, you guys aren't going to get it for a while, but my understanding is there should be a 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Yeah.
And then if you still want to vape by that stage, offer them an open system of some description where you can drop down. You're still going to get the satisfaction even from 3 meg.
Yeah, because you're going to be sub-ohm.
Yeah, simple as that. Simple as that. That's how I see it.
I think that this at 50, which is like, what do you call it? The peak Nick fucking, you know, like that's as high as you're going to be able to comfortably vape. Yeah. I think starting it at that is crazy. You know, I like the 50 because after vaping for this long, I like that little bit of Nick kick when I want that little bit of Nick kick. But I think starting it at that is a bad precedent because I think that
the thing is too,
it gives them ammunition as well to say, look how much nicotine, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is not, and when you have a 15, 16-year-old kid that legally shouldn't be having it anyway, and they never smoked a cigarette in their life, and you're giving them 50 milligrams of Nick, they're going to get buzzed out, and they're thinking, oh man, that's fucking cool, man. I don't have to drink or smoke weed. I could just do this and I get a great buzz. Yeah. And they're staying up all night because we know nicotine's a stimulant.
Yeah. The crystal meth doesn't hurt either.
Well, no, but it's such a little easier on your teeth, you know.
Here we fucking go. Don't bring that into this fucking topic. Otherwise, we're really going to get into trouble.
Oh, my God. You know what? Because I've had people straight tell me, you know, people put crystal meth in that. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, they don't. Oh, yeah. No, this rehab that I heard about, they found all the guys there and they had crystal meth in their vapes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that doesn't... What? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, my God.
Well, how many times have you heard?
These are the arguments I have every day.
Yeah. Well, how many times have you heard, oh, can you smoke weed in there? It's like, no, you don't smoke anything. It's a fucking vape, asshole.
People assume, I think a lot of times that I'm smoking.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Well, that's also, I live in Mendocino County, which is like a huge producer of marijuana.
Yeah.
And I think that people just assume that, right?
Well, when I'm driving down the road in the truck and I got the windows cracked and you just see vapor going out, you know, either people think either the truck's on fire or I got Cheech and Chong hiding in the sleeper. You know?
There's just so many battles that we have to fight on so many levels. And sometimes I'll get questions.
And so much of it's an image too, you know?
Yeah. And I just get these questions from people that are like, that I'm like, oh my God, this is like a whole new thing now. Like that I haven't even thought about. I'll have to dispel this myth that you just fucking busted this new myth on me now. And like, where do I even go from here? You know, it's just
okay. But to even go down the pathway and say that there's meth in your liquid, okay, from a chemistry side of things, yes, it is possible, but you're gonna have to be playing. You're going to have to be playing with temperature control, and you're actually going to have to be superheating the coils to actually get the same reaction from it. And
you're going to get all the metal in there from superheating them coils that you're going to get sick as a dog.
I'm just gonna say, as a former meth addict myself, I think they're just gonna probably stick with the little glass tubes and stick lighters. I mean, that's what I usually tell people when they're like, well, people are doing drugs and these. I'm like, people already have ways to do drugs. People who are on meth aren't going to spend money on a vape. They're going to spend that money on meth, you know. So
Okay, hang on. I want to answer this from Felix in chat. Melbourne is not that bad for politics. I actually like Melbourne. Don't bloody criticise Melbourne bad since. Well, I'll give you a little heads up, Felix. I used to live in Melbourne. I was part of the horse racing industry. And Melbourne can be bad. It's not always that good. They also followed suit with New South Wales in putting together the bans and having to hide things behind, closed doors. I don't agree with that. You can't vape in the shops in Melbourne. You can only vape in the tasting rooms here in New South Wales. But for God's sake, Melbourne's going to go down the same pathway. What we were saying before is if these rules at South Australia and there's no online sales, you got a serious problem, dude. A serious fucking problem. And I've already said that if worse comes to worse, Chuck Allen, aka NorCal Sick Boy, is sending me a pirate hat. I'm going to be proudly fucking wearing my pirate hat, and they can come after me because I am not going to be shut down, and I'm willing to help any of my friends Australia-wide get their hands on liquid. They can go fuck themselves here. The government wants to come after me. Good luck. Good luck, bitch.
That's what I've always
fucking luck.
That's what I've always said too. Is that I would, and there's actually somebody right now who lives in an area that it makes it extremely hard to get vape products, and I'm putting together a little care package for him to send out as well, because those are the risks that I will take to help save someone's life. And I think when we're getting down to it, I mean, not to like self-aggrandize, but we're talking about serious shit. I mean, you're getting someone to quit smoking cigarettes is a life-saving thing. That's a life-altering event, and it's something that cannot be that the importance of it cannot be understated. And I will break regulations in order to make sure someone has the access to things that normally they wouldn't be allowed to wherever they're living.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's our responsibility as people who have the means to do that. I think that's our responsibility to do so. So
yeah, because when I smoked, I always said, you're going to take my cigarettes away from my cold dead hands, because I enjoyed smoking. I really did. And then you just get tired of it and get tired of having to go outside when it's cold and everything else, because I never smoked in the house, and got tired of hearing everything. Oh, you smell like you smell like shit. And it's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, maybe it's time to give this thing a real go, because I tried one time before because it was kind of like shoved down my throat and I pushed back, and this time it was me that wanted to do it, and it worked. So
yeah, you know what? It's no, go ahead.
No. I have the capability and the skill set now from being in the game for this amount of time that, as I said, I'm willing to make juice for anyone that is in, the situation where they can't get it here in Australia or they're huge fines. I'm in New South Wales. I'm willing to, bring the blue boys through the door, bring the dogs through the door. Not a problem. I don't care. I got rooms full of vape gear, and I'm willing to hand it over to anyone that wants to get off the stinkies. Not a problem.
Absolutely. And you know what? And it doesn't fucking do anything except for help us.
Yeah, I know.
It makes us look. I mean, it makes them look bad, and it makes us look good.
Oh shit! Look at the crew just coming in the chat.
No smoking in here.
Oh fucking hell! ST, Scott, Mark. Here we go.
Oh damn!
There's gonna be
Yep. What's going on, guys? Well, good. While they're here, maybe it's a good time for me to start talking about the St. Jude's
please do
I have going on my channel.
Absolutely.
Basically, what it is, during the holidays, a lot of these charities, they don't get the money because people are out, buying Christmas presents and and stuff like that, and getting things for their family. And places like St. Jude's and other charities, this is their low point of the year where they don't see any money. So I decided, and it was just something I just, I was speaking out, I was thinking out loud one day over in Vape Shack, and John Carlo just happened to be in there, and I said, "Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do a giveaway for my subscribers, at Christmas." And then I'm like, you know what? It'd be better if I do something where it benefits a charity. Yeah, St. Jude's. That's it. Yeah, no Christians there, Mark. St. Jude's, D apostrophe S hospital is one of these charities where families can stay at the facility with their kids, and they don't get charged a dime. I mean, there's not many places you can do that. Even Ronald McDonald House these days, there's a lot of the money that goes there ends up going to administrative costs in that, and the families don't really see it. So I decided you donate to St. Jude's. The link is in the description. For every $5 you donate, you get a spot in the chance to score, whatever you want to call it, YouTube regulations these days. And you email it to me, daytimefrank@gmail.com, and you get a spot. Like right now, like today, just on my show, we raised about $300. I mean, I don't expect $20,000-$30,000, but if we can get, we get a few $100, and there's some good products. Addy Tooney has stepped up, and anybody that knows, if you have a Toonified K fund, that's not something you're just going to buy anywhere. And he modded up the B2K.
Looks beautiful too.
Oh,
yeah.
And he did a little foot RDA with the extra cap. He's putting them in. Fresh 03 has donated 2 hours of his time, a one-on-one class, mixing class, via Zoom, or if you live close enough, he said you can come over to his house. And 2 hours for that. John Carlos donated a bunch of mods. Tommy Vapors has donated a really cool, I should have brought it upstairs. It's a pipe mod, a wooden pipe mod. It's really sharp, looks like a stab wood. And a 2-bay charger. And I have, Wonder Flavors has donated their entire line. There's a $30 gift card so far purchased from Bull City Flavors, and Bull City themselves is probably going to step up and do something, but I can't totally speak for them. Flavor is probably going to end up getting in the game. I sent an email to Bryson, so I'm sure I'll hear back from them because they're good like that. There's a Drop Dead RDA from Vape Trucker Mike, not the other one. You have Mary Beth has a Model 41 RDA, a .25 RDA, and a is it exotic? No, it's one of the Swank mods that came out this year that she's sending to me. I mean, there's the product's just adding up. I mean, Vinyl and Vapor, he's doing 2 sets, 2 of the resistant sets, so you get the shirt and you get 2 60 mils.
Nice. How long are you running this for?
It's going until the 23rd, so you have 3
months. All right, Frank.
I'm
going to add 5 120s from my range. I'll freight them in from Australia for you guys.
Awesome. Do you want to just send them to me, or you want to go directly to the winner?
Totally up to you, man. Totally up to you.
Yeah, because I'm doing. It looks like it's going to be somewhere between 3 and 5 prize packs. It's going to be up depending on how much stuff we get and how many people are going to be in. Because I want everyone that have a fair chance. I don't want 150 people to be in it and be one prize pack because it's not really fair. So if I can get like 4 to 5 packs, that'd be awesome. Not Your Average Threads, Nikki, she's agreed to make a shirt and a towel, vape towel, directly shipped from her for each prize pack. So if you were like a 5X like Fagan, you can go ahead and she'll get a 5X shirt and she'll make it up for you.
And I'll also organize with Breeze Tones here, Adam, that shot the video live for us. Mm-hmm. He's also a coil maker. I'll get some of his coils to add into the liquid prize for you guys.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Bill McCurry, he's donating. He committed donating 10 sets of aliens. I think Freddie's interested in doing something. He needs to get back to me. Nick Devine's going to throw something in. I'm sure he was sounding interested the other day.
There's a couple of bigger companies that I think would love to be involved in that, and I'll put you in touch with them as well.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that the more the merrier when it comes to shit like this. So awesome. I think that's really great that you're doing that. I think that anytime we see something like this come up, I just love to see how much the community really pitches in and shows their love. And if you can afford to, like Frank said, donate $5, donate what you can to St.
Yeah,
Jude's.
I've had some people donate just $5, and they have a chance to get in. There was one gentleman that emailed me. He donated $5, and he's going to make some coils, and he wants to throw them in. So I sent him my address. I said, "You send them my way, they'll get into packs."
Absolutely, it's just amazing. And you know what? And if you can't donate something to the prize, again, just donate to St. Jude's, and you don't have to do it just because you're getting something from it. I mean, of course, that's a great incentive to get people to actually do it. But they need money year round. And like Frank was saying, they do amazing things for families with kids that have cancer. So, I mean, it doesn't get much more purely giving during this time of year than to donate to families that are in need like that, you know? That's what holidays are all about, is giving. And instead of buying that extra Xbox game for your kid, donate some money to St. Jude, because, man, they could really use it.
Yeah. Yeah, Noki, just email me and I'll send you my address. You can send them coils along. Thank you. That'd be awesome.
I could, you know what? I'll make some coils too. I'll make some crazy fucking face melters. We'll fucking pop some batteries off for people.
Jeez, I'll put them with that mech pack that John Carlos sent me.
Oh, that would be a big mistake. But yeah, no, I'll make some that are reasonable.
Yeah, do some 0.15s or something, not the 0.02s that you like to vape.
Man, I got so much.
I don't want to blow anybody's heads off. There's a liability factor there.
I lost 2 subscribers and got straight chastised by on my comments. I did a video, or I was talking about. I did a review of something, and I was just mentioning my build that I was using. And these guys, there's two guys that I'm not going to mention their names or anything, but they were like, "Don't do that. Don't tell people what you fucking vape, you big idiot." And I'm like, well, I guess, yeah. So, yeah. I vape low, and that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Oh, look who just popped in. Hey, what's going on, Chuck? I admire your work there, brother.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
I was in the first 30 or 40 in his subs. I was trying to watch his video. I don't comment a lot, but I do watch your work.
Appreciate it.
Here we go.
Absolutely.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here we go. Now we got the dickhead in the house.
So before we end the show, what's everybody vaping on tonight?
Where does it start? Oh, I'll go first then, since Paul's being quiet. Solomon 2 on the Aegis Legend with my a new straw banana custard that I just came up with tonight, because I got some new bananas and strawberries in. I wanted to play with it. My Cloud Chaser Zinc Lipo 250 DNA. Was this Dead Rabbit RTA, and I have hazy custard in there. And top side with the Citadel, and I have I either got the Consequence or my butterscotch in here. I can't let me see. That's the Consequence. Yeah, I had to think for a second, because they're so close in flavor. I don't normally even have to change out the cotton. It'll just bleed through. It'll be good.
It's embarrassing how long it took me to catch on to that name, the Consequence. I think even in my review, I'm like, Pecan Sequence.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. And then when somebody's like, it's Peconsequence. I'm like, oh, yeah, I knew that. Fucking dummy. Big
there's
dummy.
Freddie. Everyone getting notifications down at the end of the hour sounds like one of my shows.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Come on in right at the end. So I am vaping a couple different things. What I got? I got the Switch mods with the US1 V2 RDA from Trinity Glass Hardware. Ooh. Cannot recommend this enough. This is an amazing RDA, and they're amazing people. And Eva and them over there at Trinity are good people, and I have a lot of love for them. So fair prices on their products, which I think is huge.
Yeah.
For the quality you get for this RDA, I think it blows a lot of the competition out of the water, and you're paying a pretty decent price. It's about $50, I think. They have mech mods. I have one of their mech mods too. Not the new one, but the older one. fucking amazing. What a great switch. And again, I think it's like 130, 140 bucks.
Yeah.
So good deals on that. I am vaping my DIY White Girl in there. What else am I vaping here? Got the what's this fucker called?
That McLovin.
McLovin. I got the McLovin with the Panther. They got a really cheap RDA and a really expensive mod. And I'm vaping Vape Wilds Glazed and Confused. This is peanut butter marshmallow popcorn balls. It's actually really good. I don't mind that. It's not bad.
It's different.
It's different. It's really good though. Less popcorn than you would think. I have a couple Salt Nick things going on. I got my Vaporessa Nexus. I got my Swarm Vagon that's broken. So I have a couple of these mods. These mod bands around it. What are you vaping? The one? Pen is vaping the one.
You guys have been sharing that like you were sharing a bong or something. You guys have been passing that back and forth like crazy.
Well, we had a lot of bottles of it, so we just been fucking around with it. I got this. This is the only clone that I still use is my AV Stack Able clone. I got the Troll V2 on there, and the only reason it's a clone is because I can't afford to pay $500 for a fucking stack mod. And I got the Peaches and Cream by the pound in there, and yeah, I'm not crazy about that. That's not great. I think that's it. I'm keeping it simple tonight. Oh, I did want to say that battery wise, so I got two new fucking loves in my life, and that's these Galices. I think these Galices are fucking amazing batteries. I was so surprised by these Galice batteries. I'm gonna be honest. And then these Samsung 20Ss, which is Mooch's like preferred. He says this is the one to have for mechs, hardest hitting battery for mechs. I thought that was bullshit until I got them. These motherfuckers are like adding extra voltage onto your fucking mods, man. These things are amazing. If you're using mech mods, you do yourself a favor and grab some of these batteries because it really will increase your experience, man. These things are fucking amazing. I like the Galices for anything. Like they're good in mechs. They're good in the regulated. But if I'm going to use a mech mod, honestly, I'm using my Samsung 20S. These things are so good. All right, Paul, how about you, brother? What are you vaping on?
I've got it really easy today, actually. An old Therian that I dragged out, running a Bonza, and a new liquid that I just created called Berry Blaster. And actually, Sick Boy's going to be the first one to try that. And the other one is gold-plated Troll on a G-Class. And that is running at Summer Bitches Strawberry Lemonade that I created the other week. That's all I'm doing today. I've got a whole table full of liquids that I'm developing at the moment, so I don't even know where to start. It's a problem.
I love those blue bottles. Those are fucking so cool.
They are.
Yeah, I like those. Those are nice. I can dig it. And that gold-plated Troll, that's Troll RTAs. I think that was a really underrated RTA. I think that fucking thing is amazing. I love that fucking thing. Yeah, that rocks.
I never was able to get one of them, the Trolls.
They're good. I actually think the RTA is better than the RDA.
This is ever so underrated for what it is.
Absolutely.
It always was.
And for the price, I think that they're pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. All right. So the whole thing we were talking about at the start of the show was flavors that companies can't get right. We talked about peach. I think we can continue that discussion later on because there's so many fucking flavors that companies can't get right. Banana. I always think of banana as being one of those ones that I'm so sick of runt banana flavors. When I know that there's other people who do it right, I just don't get it. Like at least with peach and cherry and grape, it's like everybody gets that wrong because those are all there's no good options. But with banana, I know there's good options because I know there's companies that produce good bananas. Adore's Banana Bondage and Basics from Glass, their banana cream pie. Those both have what I would call like a more modern banana flavor, like real authentic banana that you can buy in a fucking store now, right? Mm-hmm. Like this lady who watched one of my videos, she was pointing out, she goes, well, you know, that Runts banana flavor is a real banana flavor, but it's from the bananas that you used to be able to buy in like the 50s and 60s that went extinct. And I'm like, well, that's great. I was aware of that, but the bananas that I eat now are not those bananas. And so when I think of banana flavor, I think of the bananas I eat now that I buy in the fucking store now. And so those creamy, not runt flavored bananas. And so I don't know what it is. I mean, I know obviously those there are alternatives to that runts flavor, but it just seems like every time I get a new banana flavor in, we're super disappointed. Me and Panda both, because
Well, you know
we'll
why?
test it, and it's like you can just smell it right off the bat and just go, fucking runts, man.
Well, you know why that we're disappointed by them? Because we all had banana bondage. And we all try to live up to that. We all try, when we vape something, we judge it to that standard. And
but see, because I was always, from the beginning, I've been saying, fuck runts bananas. You can go back and watch videos from like 2014, 2015. Yeah. Me and Josh were both saying, fuck these runts bananas. We want banana. And we didn't even think it was possible, because we just thought there is no banana flavoring available that tastes like modern banana. Until we got banana bondage, and then we were like, oh my God, it is possible, right? Mm-hmm. And then, but you're right. After that, it was like, okay, now we're going to start seeing more of this authentic modern banana.
And we haven't.
You just don't see that happen, man. And like I was saying, like cherry, grape, orange to a certain extent.
Orange turns into baby aspirin if you don't do it
right. Done well. Yeah, or just Tic Tacs, which I think with dinner ladies, orange tart, which I had high hopes for because they're lemon tart, one of the best flavors ever made. That shit was fucking Tic Tacs. It tasted like orange Tic Tacs with cream, which is like, that totally fucks you up, right? Because it's like, I don't want cream in my Tic Tacs.
I remember the first time I tried an orange creamsicle vape, and I was so disappointed. I thought there was something wrong with it. It was so bad because at the time, I don't want to mention who the manufacturer was. He's still in business somehow, and he was having an issue, and he basically sent replacements out to a whole bunch of customers because he had something happen in his process. And I said to him, yeah, this orange tastes like shit, and the strawberry something wasn't right with that. And he was, he got butthurt over it, but he replaced it. And I'm like, all right, well, it was my bad. It still tastes the same, so it must just be my palate. And I said, if you want, I'll send you some money for it. And he's like, oh no, don't worry about it. And it just sucked. Now, I thought orange was going to be like that until Dawn came out with nut from concentrate. And it's a good, as far as oranges that I found, it's good. It's real good. I still vape it all the time.
It tastes more like orange than anything else I've had.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's where I would want it to be, right? Like I thought it was good. And in comparing it to other orange flavors, it's obviously superior to a lot of that. It was still like, there were still parts of it that I was like, ugh, it's not that straight, fresh orange pulp.
Well, it's supposed to be an orange, it's supposed to be more of a candy orange because it's,
no, I know, yeah.
Because it's orange, like it's supposed to be like an orange, popsicle, orange creamsicle.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
And it nails that. It nails that perfectly.
It does. It definitely does.
But I'm just concentrates that get close, like Flavor Arts Royal Orange.
See, I haven't tried that. I have to try that.
It's, if you mix it right, you can get close. It's not, some people say, oh, it's straight up, Tropicana orange juice. And I disagree with that, but it's a pretty accurate orange.
I have to try it. See, there's just, and then knowing now that you're saying that there is a flavoring commercially available that tastes pretty much like oranges makes me so disappointed, right? In these companies that keep producing these subpar flavors, man. It's just so shitty. And I think orange is like actually one of the least bad, right? Like if you're thinking about like straight bad. Yeah. And I think banana is probably the least bad because there are a lot of people who love that runt flavored banana. Yeah. I get in arguments all the time. People are like, no, that's what it's supposed to taste like. It's delicious. And I'm like,
there's two flavors.
You're wrong, but okay,
there's two to three flavors right now that are good banana concentrates. Wonder Flavors banana puree, I put at the top. And then TFA's banana cream and TFA's ripe banana. If you use it low, it's really, really powerful banana. It'll cut through anything. You put that in with like a strawberry, and the strawberry is going to fall behind it.
I'll add a couple more in for the bananas.
Mulberry soft banana.
Yeah, that that's one that has to be put in there for mention. Yeah. The other one is Vape Train Australia banana custard, and also their shisha banana. Both of them can be used.
That shisha banana, I don't think I can get that one here yet. I've been meaning to get, and I just
Bull City's got it. I do a banana. Oh, okay. I did a banana guava mango gelato with it, or a what do you call it? Yeah, gelato. Yeah. That's what I did with it. Yeah, banana mango, guava gelato with it, and it worked.
Yeah.
Worked well.
Banana custard, I almost got yelled at because I didn't order it. I ordered a strawberry, and I'm thinking, I got enough bananas. And someone had made a recipe, and it called for the banana custard. I'm like, shit. So I put it in my wish list, and I'll get it next time I order from Bull City.
Just want to say a couple things to chat. What's up to Randall Hayes? Oh, that vape says I want to try White Girl so bad. That I'm working on it. We're gonna get that out to you guys as soon as possible. Gonna try to make a one shot eventually, so that you guys can try it. Yeah, it's a good flavor. I like it. I vape it every day. Been vaping it for like fucking 5 years, so it works for me. There was other thing.
Noki said white girl is the tits, and that white guy said, Noki, most white girls have tits. Well, I know quite a few of them that really don't.
Yeah, I mean,
they got something there, but
something. I wouldn't classify them as that though.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, banana is, I think that banana is one of those flavors that is definitely coming up. Is that people are experimenting more? There's more companies that are going to produce better, more modern banana. Mm-hmm. But there's some that I think are going to be never okay. And I think cherry is one of those ones that, man, cherry's just done. Like, it's done.
Cherry, if I found that if I take Inaware cherries, which is like the only one that I found that I can actually work with, and if I like Addy Tooney came up with he basically darkened the cherry, turned it into a black cherry, used Flavor boysenberry and Flavor forest fruit, and with Fresh's quick custard with the liquid bar and vanilla ice cream and the Flavor vanilla pudding. And I went through like almost 200 mils of that because I couldn't get enough of it. And you shake it, vape it. After a few days, it gets even better. Everything blends together better. It's really fucking good. That I tried with the Inaware cherries and it worked out good. And I tried a cherry cheesecake, and once it steeped out, the cherry was there, not as prominent as I thought it would be, but it was still good.
Man, it just scares me. The worst flavor I've ever had, and it's funny. If you guys want to watch a funny video anytime, I've reposted it a few different times. Is that one of our original videos when we first started doing this channel, like in 2014? Mount Baker Vapor was like one of those companies that was like, yeah, fuck yeah, we'll send you tons of flavors. And one of their flavors they sent was black cherry. And it was the worst flavor I've ever had in my life. It's hard to describe how bad it was. It was almost as bad as their cheesecake. Their cheesecake tasted like fucking Parmesan. So that was really bad too. Oh. And you know what? I talk shit about Mount Baker, but I have a lot of love for those guys because they've been around forever and they kind of gave me my start doing this channel. But their black cherry was just so fucking horrible. And from there, I just thought, okay, it's just because it's Mount Baker and they're really hit or miss. And so I actually went out of my way to like try more cherry flavors, and they're just not good. They're just not good. I've never had a flavor commercially available that I would say is a good cherry flavor. So, what's going on, Kimmy? Hello.
Hey, Kimmy. Cherry, I don't think they'll ever get it right. I think pretty much because we've all had our childhoods and our early teenage years tainted by Pharma and their Robitussin and cherry. So I don't think we're ever going to find the fucking cherry that we're all looking for. Not like a fresh cherry.
Cherry that just people need. Yeah, that's when I'm talking about fruit flavors, I'm always going to be wanting that fresh eating a fruit flavor. You know what I mean? And that's
there's sometimes I'll even go for a candy-ish flavor, but that's if that's what I'm going for. I don't want every one of that flavor to be candy. Like I want some that are authentic, but sometimes a candy one's not a bad thing.
Here we go. Now we got Brewstones in the chat. That's Adam. He was the one shooting. So the Aussie crew's on their way.
Cherry ripe.
Yeah.
That's the dream, right?
Look, I'm working with Breeze Tones and a number of other mixers around the world now, trying to recreate that candy. Cherry ripe is like a fresh cherry that's mixed up with a coconut into like this chocolate bar, and then it's covered in dark chocolate.
Ooh, that sounds good.
If we could ever get this shit right, it's a game changer. We've done most of the other candies. I did a commercial version of what do you call it? Now I'm lost for words. I'll think of it and it'll come back to me. Turkish delight. That's what I did. A Turkish delight covered in a milk chocolate. Then I did a second version done in a version of milk chocolate and white chocolate. But cherry is an absolute nightmare to work with. I don't care what anyone says.
Absolutely.
I need your credit card.
Okay, you just reminded me of something as well. Getting away from fruit flavors, white chocolate is another flavor that I've had a lot of negative experiences working, trying to. I've always, ever since I've been mixing the e-liquid, I've been trying to clone. Oh my god, my fucking memory is so terrible. Oh my god, there's a flavor anyways, a strawberry cream flavor. It's labeled as strawberry cream, but everyone I talk to who is trying to clone this recipe, they're like, there's white chocolate in it. But so I bought a bunch of white chocolate flavors, and man, every fucking one of them just ruins every fucking mix I put them in. It's just like, holy shit, that's bad. So I don't know.
Probably one of the best commercial ones I've tried to do with white chocolate. It'd have to be Kilo White Series, the strawberry covered white chocolate.
That is
the
okay.
Strawberry white chocolate. Yeah, yep. But they pushed the sweetener too far in it. Yeah. That was the only problem with it. I'll work with you privately on something that I've got. I actually have a white chocolate stone.
Which is a base. They say stone, we say base.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 5 different white chocolates mixed together, and then you only add it in at 1%, and it gives you what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
It's not powdery in any way, shape, or form. It gives you that solid, like you've dipped something in, like white chocolate, and then you're eating it.
Charlie Noble is the name of the company.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I know which one it is.
Fucking the strawberry. It's like one of my favorite flavors of all time. I love that strawberry flavor.
All right.
God damn it! What's the name of it?
Well, there's a really easy 2 flavor if you want to do it like a chocolate covered strawberry, but not white chocolate, is regular chocolate.
See, but that's the thing about this flavor is it's not that the white chocolate isn't like a flavor note even. It's just one of the ways they do that flavor. Oh my god! So that's amazing.
Now the secrets come out.
Oh my goodness. That we got to talk. So Randall Hayes, he wants to know, is Mount Baker Vapor still around these days? Of course they are. They're never going anywhere. They actually moved from Mount Baker, Washington to Nevada because Washington implemented a bunch of fucking crazy regulations and rules. And he's talking about a juice called Rob. Now, Rob also was a black cherry juice from Mount Baker. They used the black cherry as the base. I don't know. Again, this comes down to, I cannot imagine somebody like taste tested that. Quality assurance was really low at Mount Baker at that time because they released 2 flavors that were just fucking amazingly bad. And they were both centered around this black cherry. Fucking terrible. Oh my God, that's so bad. Ugh. Yeah, gross. That was his first juice. I'm surprised you kept vaping, honestly, because it was that fucking bad. My first juice that I ever loved was from Mount Baker, and it was called Hawk Sauce. And this is the one I was talking about, had menthol in it. It's a menthol fruit kind of shit. And I was using some fucking shitty, awful spinner battery with some CE4, CE2 tank or some shit. And it was so underwhelming with flavors that I didn't even know it had menthol in it until I got an RDA and dripped it. And I was like, holy shit, this has got menthol in it. Motherfuck. amazingly bad. Amazingly bad. Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna look up. I gotta know the name of this fucking flavor. It's bothering me so bad right now. Oh God. It's like one of my favorite flavors of all time. I can't believe I'm so old. My fucking memory is so bad.
You're not old.
I feel like it right now, that's for sure. Charlie's Custard's pretty good too, but it was not my. You know what? You know which one flavor I actually think is their most important flavor, which I think has had the most impact on the industry, is their pistachio RY4. I think that really opened up a lot of people's eyes to pistachio. Because pistachio, man, if you haven't had a chance to fuck with pistachio and vaping, it is.
I had. Man. I got a free bottle of it, and the company that made it doesn't even make that flavor anymore. It was pistachio ice cream.
And Siren Song, that's the name of the flavor. Siren Song.
Yeah, this one was what the heck? I know the guy that owns the company is Mick Duval, who's out of Pennsylvania, and oh man, it was basically a pistachio ice cream. I forget what the name of the actual flavor, juice was, but it was really fucking good.
Pistachio is like, we're talking about flavors that don't work, right? Pistachio is like another one is on the opposite end. Is that like it works so well in so many applications? Like you could use like a pistachio gelato, pistachio tobacco, pistachio fucking by itself. It's just such a good flavor. I love pistachio and vaping, and I don't even like pistachio so much. So
no, pistachio you actually add as a back note or as a booster in a lot of bakeries. If you want to bring forward TFA banana bread, you add 0.1% of pistachio into a banana bread. Get rid of the AP, and it'll bring it forward even further.
Oh god, that sounds so good. Oh my god. Okay, Swag, I cannot wait to see what you come up with playing around with cherry. First off, good luck. And we'll see you in like 6 years when you're frustrated as fuck. Again, I'll keep going back to Big Lou, who did the cherry flavor that had no cherry in it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just how it is. You're gonna have to kind of do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the experienced mixers, they learn how to bend flavors and create what they want out of them. I'm not there yet. I've been a couple of flavors, but nothing.
I'm always amazed when I see some recipes from people that I respect. Like I respect their mixes and shit. I respect their e-liquids that they produce. I'm always amazed when you see their actual recipes, like that, not like clone recipes that people try to come up with, but like when they're like, "This is my recipe." It's always it's never what I want. It's never what I thought it was gonna be. They always use shit that's just different, So, God bless them. God bless them. JFM, what's going on, brother? We got to get JFM back on this channel one of these times.
Yeah.
He came on one time, and it was a great show. We had a good time, good conversation. He's a good guy. He's got a new baby. Not so new anymore, though.
Yeah, we're 9 months now, I think.
Yeah, got to come back on the show. All right, so I think we're going to call it a night for now. My back is fucking killing me, and I have to go back to work tomorrow after having been on vacation for like 2 weeks. So
nice.
Yeah. It's all over with now, though.
Yeah, I get to drive in the fog in the morning. It's been miserable here the last few days, and today the fog rolled in, and tomorrow morning's supposed to be dense fog. I'm like, fun. I can tell all the idiots are going to be slamming into each other going down the road, and I got a brand new truck to play with, so.
Well, good luck with that. We've actually had a little bit of rain here, which, if you guys don't know, California, the part that I live in,
on fire. Well, no, you guys haven't.
On fire, yeah, we have actually quite a bit, but we've had like a drought. One of the reasons why we've had so many fires, we've had a drought for like the last decade, and so every time we get rain, it's just like, thank God. And we've got quite a bit of rain the last couple of days, so thank God for that.
Yeah, Randall just said, question in Mississippi where I live, they're still doing house blends. If they don't have, I mean, if they're just pulling them out their ass and selling them, no, that's not legal right now, because they were supposed to have, SKU numbers and TP numbers and all that stuff. So, they're supposed to have everything registered with the FDA. So chances are they are technically bootlegging.
There's a lot of companies. There's still a lot of shops that are doing that. I know for sure. There's one in Sacramento.
There's one up the road here that's doing it that a friend of mine gets all her juice from.
Yep. There's still, I never understood that, because most of those shops you go to when they do those house blends are trash, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, she was telling me about some of hers. Like, there's one girl that works there that really knows how to mix well, and the other one, does like shit. And so I gave her some of my Stronana cheesecake, and she was just like, I didn't know juice can taste like this.
Oh my God! Congratulations, All Day Vape. He's just had his kid.
All right.
It's dropped. Woohoo! Nice work, man.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. Thank
Congrats.
God. Congrats.
And the sleepless nights really start.
Yeah, absolutely. So happy for you. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much to LabWorks and to Daytime Frank for coming and hanging out with us. Really appreciate it. We'll have to have both you guys back on soon.
Cool.
All right. Until next time, take it sleazy. Take it any way they'll give it to you.
That's right.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.